What's up guys, it's Tyler from the Aquatic Journal. Today I'm going to show you how I built this fish rack that's sitting here behind me. It's a pretty cheap way to put a whole bunch of fish tanks in one location. Basically it saved me from having them actually where this desk is sitting now and on this wall here where that keyboard is now. Basically it let me take them from this whole room and just put them in the back corner there. So I'll kind of walk through the whole process and show you how I did it, and I hope you enjoy. The first thing I did is went to my local hardware store. Basically, I just picked up 6 2x4s by 104 inches. You make sure they're pretty much as straight as they can get. I got 6 of them. Then I picked up those cinder blocks there. I originally got the wrong size. I actually got 96-inch boards, so you can see they're a little short there, so I had to go back and get those 104-inch boards. So here you see me basically taking off those 96-inch boards and then putting the 104-inch boards on to start. Basically you just line them all up so that they're flush on one end. You can see I put a middle support there on the left side for when I put the 55-gallon tank on there later. I just wanted the extra support. It only costs you an extra $2, so why not? Once you get the second layer on, I basically just tried to fit the tanks in there to make sure they would fit. I was a bit short on the first one, so I had to slide it over just the smallest amount. Then I measured it to make sure it's going to fit before I picked it up again. So that's a 55-gallon there on the left. On the right, I'm actually going to use a 29-gallon tank. So you'll see me bring that in here in a second. That one fit in nice and perfect after I measured it. Then all I did is basically stack the cinder blocks. I stacked them 4 high, which gives me 10 total inches basically of clearance on the 55 and a little over 11 or 12 on the 29-gallon tank. Then all I did is basically put the wood on for the last layer. So again, just make sure they're flush on one end, flush on the front of the middle one, and then flush on the end of the right one. And then I put the empty tank on top of there. So then I just went ahead and started draining my other tanks. Obviously it's a lot easier to move them when there's less water in the tanks. So make sure when you do this that you turn off all your filters and your heaters so that you don't break anything while you're doing this. Once they're low enough, I just pick them up and move them over. Then I drain the 20 tall down until there's less than 5 gallons left basically, and then I went ahead and moved it over. Once that's over, I went ahead and moved my other 20 tall over. That's not pictured there. And then I drained the 30-gallon and actually moved it where those original 2 tanks were. So here you can see a 30-gallon up top, 20 long at the bottom. On the other side, I have 3 20 talls up top and then a 10-gallon tank on the right. Eventually, I would like to replace that 10-gallon with a 20 tall as well. On the bottom, I have a 29-gallon tank on the right and then a 55-gallon tank on the left. And then on the right, I still have the 90-gallon tank. So as you could see from the beginning of that clip, this whole stand cost me a little less than $50 total between all the cinder blocks and the wood. And it will hold all the tanks. I filled up all the 20 talls and the 10-gallon up top. I also filled up the 55-gallon, and we didn't have any problems basically with bowing or anything like that. The 29-gallon was still empty, but I don't foresee any problems with that. So I think it'll be a nice stand. It'll hold all my tanks so that basically it cleared out this whole room here so that they're all just basically back in that corner there, which will save me a lot of space and hopefully allow me to watch them a little easier. So as you can see, I still have 3 empty tanks basically, so eventually we'll do all those builds. I'll share all those here on YouTube. So if you're enjoying what we're doing here and you want to see those next builds, make sure to hit the subscription button. Let me know what you thought in the comment below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys.